Hello students, in this video you will see the procedure for our practical numbers 4 and 8. First we'll go through our basic SQL commands. You need to open MySQL command line client, enter your password, and now we'll see some of the basic commands that we need to know in order to work with JDBC. First one is show databases. This command lists all the databases that are present in our application, MySQL application. You can see the list of databases here. Now, in order to work with databases, I need to select any one of these databases. Select a database using use followed by the database name. Here I have chosen XYZ database and I am trying to see tables in that database using show tables. The show table shows that XYZ currently has no tables in it. We can even create our own databases using create database followed by a name that we want to give to our database. Here I am creating a database named ABC. A database named ABC has been created, and now I can check if it is listed in the list of databases. Yes, it is there. So I will now proceed with using that database. Means working with it, selecting the database. Now since I have created this database, now only it doesn't have any tables. So let's try creating a table in it now. We will use create table followed by table name, and then we will specify the columns in that table, columns with the data types. I want to create a table with two columns. First column will be named as just the name. It will contain characters of length up to 30. Second column will be named as city. It will also contain characters or words, and its length limit will be 20. So we will see the tables in ABC. Okay, now our table is listed in the database ABC. Okay, the table is called TB1. To see the contents of the table, we can use select asterisk from table name, which is TB1 in this case. The entries are, there are no entries since we haven't added any entries. So we'll now add entries or data into our table using insert into table name TB1 values. Since we have two columns which both accept characters, we will enter two letters or two words here, Ramesh, which is the name, and Pune, which is the city. Now let's see if our entry has been added or not. We can see that the entry has been added here. We can similarly add other entries. We'll add a second entry here, another name and another city. And we'll just check if this entry has been added. So now we have two entries in our table. Now if I want to edit any of the entry, I can use the update command. Update followed by table name, and I will use set whatever I want, whatever the entries which I want to edit. I will set whether I want to edit city or name. So I want to edit the city, and I want to set city name to Chennai in the row where name is Sham. Okay, so wherever the name is Sham, it will update the city name to Chennai instead of whatever there is. So let's see what happens now. So for Sham, the city has been changed from Mumbai to Chennai. This is done using the update command. Now I can also delete a particular row from my table. So delete from table name, where again I'll give a parameter which row to delete. So I want to delete the row where the city name is Pune. So city name is Pune for Ramesh. So the row which contains Ramesh will be deleted, as you can see here. So these are our basic commands. Now let's head into Eclipse IDE to write our code. We'll start by creating a new Java project. Give a name to your project. You can give any name. Click on finish. Our project files have been created on the left hand side, and under src we will create a new class file to write our code into. We will give this file again a name, and click on finish. As you can see, my class file now contains a main method. I'll start by importing java.sql package, which is the only package that we will require here. All the classes in java.sql we need to import. Our first step is loading the driver, which we will be doing using class.forName. First, we will write the try catch block here to catch any exceptions. Then we'll write class.forName for loading our driver. In this argument, we'll pass the string for our class name. This is specific to MySQL. Oracle will have some other class name. So for MySQL, it is com.mysql.jdbc.driver. Then we will now establish our connection with the database. We will use the get connection method of driver manager. The get connection has three arguments. First is the URL, second is the username, and third one is the password. The URL, as we have already discussed in our practicals, is again specific to the database application being used. For MySQL, it will be JDBC colon MySQL colon 2 localhost colon our port number, which is 3306. The port number followed by our database name, which is ABC, which I have created just now. I will just enter my database name. Okay. Then I'll enter the username, which is root. By default, it is root for all the users for MySQL. And then I'll enter my password, whatever it is that you have set during installation. Now I established the connection. Now I will create an object of my statement. This is the table. Okay. This table is already present in my database, so let's work with it. Now I'll create an object of prepare statement. This prepare statement method will be provided by my connection interface here. Let's see. We will now try to insert entries into our table. Since our table contains only one entry, now we'll try to insert some entries into our table using the same command that we use in MySQL. Okay, it is the same command. So I have written my command, and my next step is to just execute this command here. I'll do it using the execute update method here. stmt.execute update. Okay, so this is our code. Okay, only 4 lines of code we need here. I'll just print in our console some text to see or to verify that all the lines have been executed. I'll just print command executed here into our console. It will be easier for us to see if the code has run successfully. Okay, one more thing that we need here is the jar file provided by MySQL. We need to add that jar file which contains libraries into our project. So we will first download the jar file. Okay, type MySQL JDBC connector and Google search the term. You will find a website named DB schema. Okay, it is easier from this website to download the jar file. Okay, just go to this website, scroll down, and locate this download button here. This will download a zip file to your PC. Okay, open that zip file. You need to extract the jar file which is contained in that zip file. Okay, we should not upload the zip file. We have to upload the jar file which is inside that zip file. So we need to extract it first. So I have extracted it onto my desktop here. Now back into Eclipse, we'll click on project, then properties, and in a Java build path, we will navigate to libraries here. Here we have to add our jar file using the add external jars button here. If it is disabled, click on module path, it will get enabled. Click on it, locate your jar file, add it, and verify if it is .jar extension only, not .zip. Okay, it should be .jar. Apply and close. You will now see it on the left hand side under reference libraries here. Okay, so our work is done here. We'll run our program, and the program has run successfully, but there is a small error. Okay, it is saying that the com.mysql.jdbc.driver, this class name is deprecated. So I will just do what, I'll just add .cj here. Okay, if you don't add it, it will still run, but just to resolve this error. Okay, so now I have run it again, and since I have run the command 2 times, Ramesh will be added 2 times into our table. Okay, so the program is doing its work. It has added entries into our database named ABC under TB1. We can now work with other commands in the same way. We just need to change the command here in our prepare statement object. Suppose I want to delete some row from my table. The same command which I used in MySQL will be used here. Delete from TB1, which is my table name, where city is Pune. It will delete all the rows where the city name is equals to Pune. Okay, so I have 2 rows with Pune city name here. So let's see if it has deleted those 2 rows. Yes, it has deleted the 2 rows. Now I am left with only 1 row. Okay, now let's see the speciality of a prepared statement. Okay, a prepared statement can be used with placeholders like this. This is used in case if I have multiple entries. Okay, it may not be feasible to every time write insert into table 1 this, then this, insert to table 1 this and these values. So what I do, I put placeholders there, and then I just write or set what I want the text to be in those placeholders. Okay, so my placeholder 1, which is obviously the name in my table, the name column, I want a name there. So I will set what name I want. Okay, I want this name there. And in my second column, in my second, for my second placeholder, I'll set the city name. This I need to write in double quoted commas since it is a string. So again, set string for placeholder 2, placeholder number 2, which is my city name. Okay, so I can insert multiple entries this way. Okay, I'll try with 2 entries. Okay, again, I want to add a new name. Okay, which is Amar. Then I need to set the city for this name also. Okay, I'm just updating the or inserting the values for my placeholder. Okay, The advantage of repair statement is that it gets compiled only once at the database. Since I have two entries here, I'll need to execute it 2 times. Execution will be 2 times, compilation will be only once. Okay, the insert into statement will be compiled. The first entry, this will execute the first entry, Ramesh Pune, and the second execute command here will execute the second entry, which is Amar Chennai. Same way I can insert multiple entries. Now let's try running this command. Okay, so Ramesh and Amar, these two entries have been inserted into our database in table named tb1. Okay, now let's see one special command, select asterisk from. Okay, select asterisk from returns the entries of the table. Okay, to view the contents of the table, there is only one command, select asterisk from followed by table name. Okay, this is a special command since up till now we were sending data to our database. Now we are trying to retrieve data from our database, so we need a object to contain those entries. That object is called as result set. Okay, the properties of result set were already discussed in class as well as in practicals. So just for now, think result set as a container for carrying those entries or for those data from our database to the Eclipse. So I've created the result set object, and I will read the result set using rs.next in a while loop. This means that if there is a next row, execute this command. So for each row, I'm going to print the contents of that row. Okay, so for each row, I want to print the entries. Okay, so I have two columns. So I'll print both the columns, name followed by city. So using set string, I send the data to database, and to retrieve the data, I'll use get string. Get string followed by the column index number. Since I have two columns here, first column is name. Okay, so get string from the first column plus get string from the second column. Okay, so the first while loop will print the first row. Okay, then it will do what it will, after executing this command, it will again check if there is a next row. If yes, it will again print the next row. Okay, and so on until there are no rows left. At the last row, it will check if there is no next row. It will exit the while loop and it will execute the command con.close, means close the connection. Okay, this is optional. So let's see what it does. I have 3 entries here in this table. Let's see if those are getting printed in my console. I'll just comment out this command executed to avoid any confusion, and let's see. Okay, those 3 entries are getting printed in my console. Okay, so this is how we use a select command in SQL. So that's all for now. You can try other commands as well here. You can try all the MySQL commands here. Thank you for watching. Okay.